I'm going to start off by reading some statements that'll give you an idea of what the issue is. This is from Pedro Sanchez, the Prime Minister of Spain. Israel is once again violating international law by assaulting a civilian flotilla in waters that do not belong to it. Our government is doing everything necessary to protect and assist the detained Spaniards. But that is not enough. The EU must suspend the association agreement now and demand that Netanyahu comply with the law of our seas. The Spanish Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a statement. The ministers of foreign affairs of the Kingdom of Spain and 10 other countries condemn in the strongest terms the Israeli assault on the global Samud Flotilla, a peaceful civilian humanitarian initiative. It is a joint statement by the foreign ministers of Spain, Turkey, Bangladesh, Brazil, Colombia, Jordan, Libya, Malaysia, Maldives, Pakistan, and South Africa. There are other countries like Ireland and the UK who have their citizens on board, and several other European countries. There are also American citizens on board. Remember how the world just couldn't get over the Somali pirates? They were constantly showing that one video of them rappelling down onto the ship, onto the tanker, walking around with their guns, and then making the captain of the ship kneel down over and over again. We saw the damn Somali pirates doing that. Just because you slap on a uniform and all sorts of fancy gadgets and stuff doesn't exempt you from being labeled pirates and hostage takers, especially if you are committing piracy and hostage taking. Israel Navy has attacked and taken hostage the Samud Flotilla participants. About 211 of them have been taken hostage on the high seas off the coast of Crete, hundreds of miles away from Israel. There are many nationalities on board trying to bring humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza via the sea. Yesterday we talked about MSF's report saying that Israel was weaponizing water, killing people standing in line for water, attacking anybody trying to provide water, weaponizing water, punishing people. Moreover, we find out that Israel has been in talks with Somaliland and the DRC to ethnically cleanse Palestinians from Gaza. Netanyahu has appointed somebody to look into ethnically cleansing the Palestinians. That explains Israel being the only country recognizing Somaliland and cozying up to Somaliland. Israel is full on planning to ethnically cleanse and deport Palestinians from their homeland to Somaliland and the DRC. They will not allow anybody to even attempt to provide life-saving aid to Gazans, who they do not kill with bombs and tanks and bullets. They will starve to death. They will leave them to the elements. They will let rodents eat their babies alive. They will deprive them of water. They will deprive them of medicine. They're trying to say, you'll be begging us to send you to Somaliland. The level of cruelty is beyond belief. This piracy and hostage taking on the high seas is about not allowing a drop of humanitarian aid to come in. This is also about supremacy and cruelty and telling the world who's boss, even hundreds of miles away. There are all sorts of reports that Greece has helped Israel do this piracy and hostage taking. How is Europe going to address how a member of the EU has assisted in the kidnapping of EU citizens? We know how America is going to behave. State Department has issued a message to Netanyahu saying, do what you need to these people. Punish them. How dare they do this? How dare they go outside of what we have arranged? What you have arranged is nothing. This is what the official State Department is posting. Mir Mamdani is saying there are New Yorkers on board. This is an illegal act, and we demand that our New York residents be returned. So far, the only two clear voices that I can see are Pedro Sanchez, Mir Zoran Mamdani, and the joint statements coming out of these countries. And I also saw the Foreign Minister of Pakistan making a statement condemning this action. So here we are in a whole new world where Israel's Navy is taking hostages on the high seas, hundreds of miles away from Israel. Do we recall Kaya Kallas of the EU condemning Iran for violating international law and the laws of the seas and the law of free navigation? Do we remember her lecture just a week ago? Just a week ago, talking about how Iran must not violate free navigation and the laws of the seas. Complete silence. This happened earlier today. Complete, absolute silence. This is the hypocrisy the world is seeing. We know how the US is going to behave. We know absolutely how the US is going to behave. But Europe and its EU leadership are literally caricatures of caricatures. I have said that before, and I say it again. What hypocrisy. What clowns. Endangering their own citizens now. That is what it's come down to. Endangering their own citizens who have been taken hostage by Israel on the high seas.